Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. In today's readings we are asking what is currently hidden from you that you need to know about, and we're also going to be asking, and what can you do about it? Okay, now I'm deliberately keeping this fairly open, what is currently hidden from you. I've had several requests about quite specific things that all actually relate to stuff that might be going on behind the scenes. So I think this is a very good way of hopefully attending to those requests from all of you. I do read the comments and I do really try to hear what you're asking for. I've got a whole series of readings planned on very specific subjects that you are asking about, and I'm very much trying to formulate a question that will cover those areas for really many of you who are asking, about specific things. So today, what is currently hidden from you that you need to know, and what can you do about it? Now I'm already seeing this card for the first reading number 1. We're going to draw 3 cards together, and then I'm actually going to take from these the top one and the bottom one. Okay, now we're going to draw these 3 cards. We'll also draw runes and a charm as well, for those of you that like that little bit of extra guidance. So we have, here we are. So reading number 1, we have Gentian, and this is what this card looks like. Okay, reading number 2, we have I'm just going to have a giggle now. Scleranthus, that is how you say it, I believe. Scleranthus. I almost struggled to say that. This is reading number 2. And then reading number 3, we have Chicory. There. And this is what this card is looking like. So I will leave the video running in just a few moments as well for anyone that needs a bit more time. We'll draw the runes and the charms. If you already know which of these readings you want to tune in with, the timestamps are in the description box, and I will also put them in a pinned comment so phone users can find them really easily. Okay, this is interesting. Now I have 3 runes in my hand, but I think they are all for this reading, so I'm going to do 3 for each, I think. Okay, so we have the rune of constraint, we have the rune of the self, and then we have the blank rune. Okay, so those are the 3 runes that we've drawn for reading number 1. Reading number 2, we have the rune of harvest, we have the rune of ice, and we have the rune of separation. Okay. And lastly, okay, we have the rune of wholeness, we have the rune of protection, and we have the rune of growth. Okay, lovely. Right, let's draw a charm for each as well. Okay, so reading 1, you have the charm of a butterfly. Reading 2, we have the little Eiffel Tower. And reading 3, okay, you have the little love heart with the arrow going through it. Okay. Right, Super Souls, I am going to leave the video running for a little bit longer for anyone that needs more time. Take as long as you need, listen to your intuition. If more than one reading is speaking to you, then trust and go with them both. I am sending you the biggest hug in the world, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, reading number 1, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are asking, what is currently hidden from you that you need to know, and what can you do about it? Now, your runes, we have Natha's Constraint. This is a rune that says something has been feeling either restricted or it's not been moving forwards. I have quite a strong sense that you've been feeling unable to shift something or move forwards through something. And for some of you, I feel a bit like maybe you've been living on high alert over something. You know, when something doesn't work or it doesn't run smoothly, and it kind of turns your volume up a little bit and then a bit more and then a bit more. Now this is time to look at something. So this is a good reading for you guys, I think. You know, what is currently hidden from you. You're needing to see something here. The self, it's really interesting. The rune of the self is like, it's like the rune of joy, which looks like a P, and if you split it down the middle and turned it open, that's what the rune of the self looks like. And I feel like maybe with the blank rune here as well, maybe you guys have ended up looking inwardly for quite a long time. You know, you've been going through some quite tough times, I think, with this rune of constraint. The card of Gentian is actually a card that says it's time to actually go out and embrace life again, have life again. So I do feel whatever has been constraining you and whatever's caused you to do a lot of internal restructuring, a lot of internal journeying, recognition, it's time now to emerge. We have the butterfly. I mean, it's not even like we've got a caterpillar here, we've got the butterfly. So it's kind of like it's time to emerge, to come out of the chrysalis form. Let's ask for more information. You know, what is currently hidden from you? What's not being, what is hidden from you, and what can you do about it? Let's take those tea leaves and let's look at those first. Okay, so we have a door, we have a valley, and we have the teapot. Okay, so this is really indicating kind of exactly what we were just really hearing, or what I was picking up on, that now is the time to emerge. It's kind of time to open a doorway here. Opportunities are waiting for you. Now, we also have the card here, Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Now, this is interesting because I'm seeing kind of like a new sunrise here. You see, I do actually think you've really journeyed to the depths. That's what I feel like. Whatever your experiences have been, they took you on a serious deep dive. A serious deep dive. And it is now time to kind of open the door and emerge. But yeah, what is currently hidden from you? We have the teapot. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I'm wondering if there is somebody around you that really can help you and you're not aware of them, or you haven't become conscious of them. With this blank rune of possibilities, I mean, everything in your reading is quite interesting. It's sort of saying, look, it's time to emerge. It's time to embrace life. It's time to step through a doorway. But what is it that's actually hidden from you? How interesting, reading number 1. Let's see what we have here for you. So hold on to me. We have the Hound and the Pair, loyalty. This is very interesting. Okay, and I'm also going to draw from, although it's a tarot pack, the Gaia tarot, Dreams of Gaia. I just feel really strongly, I almost feel like I'm wanting to use these like an oracle almost, or an oracle pack rather than a tarot pack, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure what that's saying, but let's go with that and listen to that. I'm seeing this card here for you. Okay, so we have choice, and the King of Earth. Oh, wow. Gosh. The card of choice is really interesting because this is effectively the card of the Fool in a traditional tarot pack. We have this person with tears coming out here. We've got effectively a sword, a dagger. We have the snake of transformation. We have the torch. What this card ultimately says is that you have a choice in your current situation. And I think that's what we're not seeing. Okay, so that's what's currently hidden from you. You're not actually aware of or seeing the full extent of the choices that are available to you. That is what you're not seeing. And that's why your reading is really promoting you to kind of look at yourself, okay? But to look at yourself, I think you've been doing a really deep dive. I think you've had a period of a massive deep dive where, for all sorts of reasons, they will be personal to you, but whatever those reasons are, they took you into a space of, for some of you, really, it's been quite a dark place, I think, for some of you, really, truly. Now, your reading is sort of saying the thing that is currently hidden from you is the level of choice that you actually have. I think you're not realizing how many choices are available to you, and it's almost as if I think you've got so used to doors being closed that this is becoming your default perspective. And actually, you know, and I'm really thoughtful about how I'm voicing this because, you know, I need to say to you guys, look, I really get that. You know, when you are kind of pinned down by life, it's really, really hard to get to a place where you can kind of sort of feel like you can believe in a space of possibility again. And sooner or later, ultimately, someone or something, a life event will come and knock on your door, and that will open that door. It will rise you out of this darkness, really. I do feel, so yeah, I think what is currently hidden from you is that you are sitting in a space of possibility. But I don't think you're aware of how big those possibilities are, because there's still that lens of constraint, that lens of, you know, the doors for me are closed. That's what we're seeing. And I think there's been a loyalty as well. The Hound and the Pair. You've had a loyalty to someone or a circumstance or somebody's, maybe you made an agreement with someone, maybe you made an agreement with yourself some time ago, and that agreement actually, I think it's past its sell-by date, for want of a better way of saying it. You've made an agreement. You know how we do, don't we? We make agreements with ourselves, and that's the biggest thing with the Rune of the Self. I feel like ultimately, even though you may have created a perspective, let's say, or made some decisions on the basis of very real external circumstances, and when we do this, what I do feel is that you've upheld that agreement, and to the letter. You know, if I do this, then this will present the solution to that. You know, it's almost like a management system. If you contemplate the way that, let's say the way that a child navigates their lives. I'm going to give an example because I want to be really clear about what I'm trying to say. So in this example, if you imagine like a little person, and let's say there's a divorce in the family, and that, for quite genuine and appropriate reasons, the adults are not sharing everything with the child because it's not the child's responsibility. But the child is picking up on the fact that there's loads of unease, and then their world radically changes, and they pick up on unhappiness and friction. And because a child is sitting in quite an appropriately self-orientated way, I mean, most children, if something happens, they will assume that it's their fault. So this is the example I'm giving is kind of almost like a child picking up on things, seeing that perhaps their parents separate. It has nothing to do with that child at all. But the child then takes on this responsibility like a burden and kind of comes to the conclusion, well, it must have been me and I must have done X, Y, Z, and so I'll never do X, Y, Z again, or I will always, you know, maybe this little person had, I don't know, not tried their hardest or something at school, and then that's followed by these circumstances, and very logically, in a child logic way, they kind of put 2 and 2 together and make 29 and believe that it was their fault, and then they set an agreement that they will always do their utmost, and they will always put aside their own needs, and they will always be there for everyone, and then this agreement stays with them. But actually that agreement becomes like a ball and chain, and it limits their choices and it limits their possibilities. But there's an aspect of loyalty that they are holding on to, and they've come to a conclusion within, from a child perspective, with a limited amount of information and experience available to them, but they've then acted upon that and made very clear choices. And okay, this is just an example, but I feel like for you guys, somehow, somewhere along the way, you've made some decisions and some choices due to a connection or a loyalty. It will be unique to you. And ultimately, those decisions, those choices, they were really, really amazing. There was, you know, they were done in the best possible way, but they're now limiting your horizons. Now, somebody, I think, is coming into your world to help you to change this. Now, you may not yet know them, but in reality, for many of you, you may know them already, but you may not really perceive them as being someone who can help you, or you may be still a little bit closed to receiving that help. You know, so what is currently hidden from you is this agreement that you are still operating through. And, you know, I hope even just by watching this reading, it may be opening that door for you, that moment of, wow, actually, I remember, you know, this happened and that happened, and I then reacted in this way, and I've upheld that. Whatever it is, it's unique to you, but it kind of needs to be opened up, like these pears have been, you know, they're on the tree. So they're still attached to the tree, and yet they have been sliced in half, revealing the seeds. And a bit like the rune of joy, it's sliced in half. We see two sides of something, the mirroring of something. It's time to relinquish or to change your perspective, and to acknowledge the choices that you have in the here and now as an adult. Let's draw tarot cards for you as well, because we are asking what is currently hidden from you that you need to know, and what can you do about it. And I would like more information, really, I think, for you guys. Let's draw from, oh, okay. Now that was sort of unintentional on my part, but you know, there we are. I'm actually just going to go with this. So we have the 3 of discs, 3 of pentacles, and then the 4. So we've got the 3 and the 4. There's a progression of energy around you. And now we have the Princess of Wands and the Sun. Right. These cards are very clear, actually. Very, very clear here. I feel with the 3 of discs, really what's being shown here is the right to honour. In fact, this is what is happening. You are being honoured for upholding the agreements with yourself, with circumstances, and for literally upholding it to the very, 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 very best of your ability. And really, it's being honoured here. And there's also, though, an acknowledgement that this is now, it's now time to change your tack, to change your direction. It's very interesting with these pillars here, sitting here, which looks like a kind of a temple. Actually below the pillars you can see these kind of upside down towers. This card always reminds me of the Tower card. You know, it's time to build the new upon the old. You know, the Tower card always represents radical transformation, radical shifts, you know, a system or a structure breaking down and a new one emerging. And here we have the towers. It's kind of like the tower of the past, the stuff you built in the past, it's a foundation. You're not going to forget it. It's a foundation actually of who you've become. This has given you some amazing values. But it's time to sort of start to adapt some of these and build a kind of a new vision really of the future, because actually a new structure. It's time to burn your bridges. I always feel with this Princess of Wands particularly, you know, we see a crescent moon, which is, this is the get-go after we have a new moon, which is all about setting wishes and intentions. New moons always symbolize new beginnings. It's the beginning of a new moon month. Actually, the crescent moon is kind of when we, if you think of the new moon as the time when you sit in the parking lot, you parked up your car and you're working out with your wishes and intentions where you're going to go next, where you're going to go on your journey. When we get to the crescent moon, it's the get-go. We need to pull out of the parking lot and start to get going. And I'm seeing with this tapestry behind you being burned, it's kind of time to burn those bridges. It's time to burn some of the threads of the past, the weave, whatever you've been weaving. You know, it's time to change the weave. Let go of that. And the sun coming in here. I mean, wowza. Wow. So really, in answer to our questions, reading number one, beautiful, my beautiful reading number one people, it's time to emerge. You've been in that chrysalis state for a long time, almost held in that chrysalis state by a commitment to something that was done for every good reason, but it has now become a bit of a cage. It's like you've become like a butterfly waiting to emerge, but not able to break out of the chrysalis, and it's time now to come out of that chrysalis. So what is hidden from you that you need to know is the recognition that this agreement, this contract, this commitment to some aspect of something from the past, some way of being, a connection to somebody, a relationship with yourself, a belief system, whatever it is for you, it is now time to renegotiate, recontract, change that. So this is what's been hidden from you that you need to know, because we all do these things and we all work on autopilot. This is standard being a human being. You know, this is the stuff of being an absolutely wonderful human being. And it honestly has given you a very big, it's contributed to who you are in a really big way, because you've upheld a certain set of values because of that commitment. You're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You're not going to lose your values, but you are going to liberate yourself from the restrictiveness that the actual contract has sort of created. This is an ownership of your choices. So this is what you can do about it. Acknowledge, validate that agreement, that commitment, that pattern of behaving. Could be pleasing people, for example, knowing where it comes from and knowing why you did it and saying, do you know what, that's no longer relevant to me, but nevertheless it's given me really strong values. I care about people really matter to me, but actually I'm no longer going to do this at the expense of myself. So that's like a recontracting, burning that old contract, starting afresh, coming out of the parking lot with like a, I don't know, the equivalent of a new moon wish or intention that says, actually, I am really going to look after myself now as well. And I'm going to commit to this fully. The universe has your back on this one. We've got the sun here, creative energy around you. I think somebody, though, is coming in, the King of Earth. The King of Earth for me is a manifester. I mean, this is the equivalent of the King of Pentacles. But I just feel this is a master manifester. And I think what we also have at the bottom here, can you see there's a beautiful stag's head at the bottom here? You know, deer energy is a very gentle energy. Deer energy asks us to be gentle with ourselves. But the stag is also an energy of leadership. I think someone is going to, either as a role model, or it could be a colleague or a friend or whoever it is. I think someone is coming in to act as a guide for you, to offer you support, to help you be clear about your choices. Yeah, like a mentorship, a personal guide. Even they may even be coming in and be a role model to you, and you think, oh wow, you know, this person is really solid. You know, I'm going to, you know, they're doing it differently. I'm going to follow their way. And actually, when this person comes in, I think it will be really, really helpful then, because things are going to take off quite quickly. Hold on to me. This is about fast-paced change. The sun, creative energy. So I actually think someone is also going to come in to assist you in this kind of shift, this doing things in a different way, perceiving things in a different light. So my beautiful pile one people, I think I'm just going to draw a few more cards here actually for you about this person. You know, who is this person coming in to assist? Okay. Who is this person coming in to assist you? Okay, right, so we have the Hermit. I mean, again, this is a card of a guide. You know, sometimes the Hermit indicates kind of alone time, but actually the Hermit as well can really, really indicate somebody coming in as a guide for us. And look at this card. It's like it's set in winter, and there is this beautiful star. Honestly, this person's going to show up. We have the Ten of Cups as well. This person is going to show up. Now, I want to say I feel that this will be, even though this card, the Teapot, says, you know, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I'm not entirely sure whether that's completely right in terms of being this person. It may be that a friend of the same sex, of the same gender, actually introduces you to someone. Or it may be, I mean, it could be somebody of the same sex who becomes a mentor for you. But I'm really seeing partnership here. We see two crows here. We see two crows here in the nest. I mean, this is a card of contentment. The Rainbow Bridge of Healing. Literally, what I feel is this person is going to come out of nowhere, is what I want to say. Okay, we've got the blank rune. It's this space of possibility. When I say come out of nowhere, it could be someone you already know, like a friendship, in which case suddenly they'll step up and you'll think, wow, this person is such a good friend. I never realized how loyal they were to me. I never realized that they thought so much of me. But something is going to come out of, literally sort of almost appear. It's like a light appearing in the darkness suddenly, and you suddenly realize this is somebody who's really strong and they're really rooting for you. It could, for some of you, be someone who you meet that is new in your world, but again, they kind of come out of nowhere. There's an avenue into your life that comes, I think, through someone you already know, and they either are someone you already know, or someone you already know kind of introduces you to someone, and the bond between you is phenomenal, and it literally lifts your energy. It gives you renewed hope, renewed possibility, and that in itself, it changes your energy. So yeah, I think someone is coming in to assist you. We do know what you can do about it, because you actually do have a choice in this. But your part of the work is almost like that sort of deep psychological and emotional stuff where you make a choice to complete a kind of an agreement, a chapter that you've really carried and upheld, and you're now choosing to do it differently. But literally, I almost feel like simultaneously as you make that choice, the door opens and somebody arrives who is exactly the person you need to assist you in raising your vibration and generating renewed hope and setting you on that pathway of creativity, aliveness, full aliveness, welcoming in the new. So phenomenally interesting reading number one. It really, really is. And I'm very mindful, although this is a timeless reading, I'm actually doing this reading as we are motoring towards eclipse season. My goodness me, during eclipse season, stuff happens, you know, it just happens, and it can happen very, very quickly. So, you know, I'm kind of seeing this is really the energy around you. Of course, whatever time you come across this reading, it is a timeless reading. Whenever you come across this, you will find, you know, this is the energy around you at the moment. And Super Souls, I do actually have a timeless readings playlist. I'll put the link in the description box for you and in the comments, because those timeless readings answer very, very specific questions. So you can tune in with those questions at any time. You know, can I trust this person? You know, how is this going to pan out? What's the outcome to this? Is this a yes or a no? There's so many readings there that can be helpful to you if you are navigating transition or an accelerated period of opening up. So do check those out if they are useful to you. I do put a ton of stuff into the world, and my all zodiac sign readings, and I do a tutorial about learning to read the cards and the runes. Those are on a different site, that's Patreon, where that works on donations. You can donate as little or as much as you wish, but all of those tutorials are available to you, as well as the extended zodiac readings. I have a private I give away a private reading as well every month, and I'm so sorry I'm not able to offer private readings. Thank you to those of you who've asked, but I do give away a free private reading every month. It's a prize draw, so it is a subscriber offer. So if you want to always get my readings as soon as I upload them, I do pick a card readings on a Tuesday, a Friday, and every Sunday as well, when I post a reading with very, very, very specific guidance. We ask Spirit, what do you need to know right now, and what's happening for the week ahead? You know, really helpful guidance to navigate with. So all of these things, yeah, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, everything should come into your stream. I do some shorts as well. And also, once you subscribed, you can add yourself to my subscriber email list, and my colleague draws the names out of a hat, and I do give away a private reading and a pack of oracle cards. So do check out and watch out for the video as well, because I announce the winners once a month in a video here on YouTube. So if you're on that list, you know, you might want to just check out that announcement, because it could be you. Anyway, Super Souls, thank you so much for joining me. Beautiful pile one people. I can really see what a tough time you've had, and I'm really sorry that happened, but truly everything here is about actually releasing yourself from a hidden agreement that you constructed and made with the best of intentions, and it's simply that it served you well. It's actually protected you, but now it's past its sell-by date. It's time to recontract with yourself, and someone is coming to help. I am sending you all the love in the world. Tons of love to you. Hey, beautiful pile two people, thank you so much for being here today with me. And I need to say, from your reading, there is definitely something that you are absolutely not seeing, or something that is being hidden from you. We're asking, what is currently hidden from you that you need to know, and what can you do about it? What I am seeing is definitely, I feel like you're striving to bring something into balance, to make something happen, to move something forwards, and yet it feels as if it is blocked. The question is, what is blocking it? What's going on? You're trying to weigh things up. You're trying to work out how to bring something to a place of harvest, a place of fruition. We have Jira, the rune of harvest, but with the ice, standstill. Yeah, there's something is either blocked or frozen. It's not moving forwards. So what is it that is currently hidden from you that you need to know, and what can you do about it? Let us ask our beautiful cards. May we please have information for reading number 2. May we have another? I am actually seeing that one there. Oh, this is such a large pack, these tea leaves. Sometimes I kind of put them into 2 and just shuffle them in 2 sections. But this just felt right today. Let's have a look and see what we have. So we have dog far away. Distant friend is thinking of you. We have harp, great happiness, and dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. How interesting. How very interesting. Let's put those cards over here. Yeah, that will work. Okay. Okay, so something is actually going to, whatever it is you're trying to bring to fruition, you're trying to make happen. I'm seeing that it will happen. Okay. But, yeah, what is it that's hidden? What do you need to know? What is it that's hidden? What's going on? May we please ask for information for reading number 2, please? May we have information for reading number 2, please? May we have more information, please, for reading number 2? Okay, let's have a look and see what we have here. So, grace in full flight. Ah, how interesting. How interesting. You're certainly being given information. We're having information here about how to navigate this. The squirrel and chestnut, yes, preparation. Ah, okay. Ah, she says. Okay, right, let's look at these cards here. So we have the 5 of Earth, and then we have the 10 of Earth. Okay. I'm just going to place these bang in the middle. We'll draw a load of tarot cards in a moment. The first thing I need to say to you is there is someone around you who is not being upfront and honest with you. I want to use that phrase, butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. You know, I don't know if you've heard of that phrase. It's certainly something that here in the UK we use when you say, oh, butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. You know, somebody said it to me the other day. We were out, it was actually rather gorgeous in this instance. I was out walking and I came and bumped into somebody and they had the most beautiful dog with them. And this dog sat patiently, like literally gazing at me. It was utterly beautiful, but I had dog treats in my pocket. And the owner just said to me, you know, butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. And it was kind of like, actually, he looks like he loves you, but you know what? He's in it because he wants a treat and he knows you've got treats in your pocket. It was this, I mean, actually he was adorable. And there's, you know, I'm not suggesting any ill intent in that beautiful, beautiful creature. But it's like that here. Somebody is being so sweet and nice, but they're not being honest with you. Okay? Yeah, there is someone around you who is not being honest around you, and because there's games being played behind your back. This is really clear. Now this is super nice because you've got a distant friend. I feel like you have backup. Okay. What's kind of super lovely, I think you're managing to navigate this through almost keeping slightly separate from it. You know, what can you do about it? Well, for starters, there's a piece of information coming which is about you kind of rising above it and remaining reasonably separate from the situation. Othilla is the room of separation. Now, there are many interpretations, but what I'm seeing in this rune for you in this reading is that stay separate, keep a distance, be involved and yet not involved. You know, do your bit, but also stand back and continue to invest in your own world. Keep your life in balance here. Because for you to respond, there's preparation needed, really. There's a period of preparing now that's going on around you. Now we are seeing the dolphin energy and, you know, the harp energy. We're seeing something move forwards, but right now the time for you is actually to kind of invest in your own world, not try to constantly invest in, there's something else going on that I guess, you know, perhaps demands your time or is feeling as if it's blocking you. There is genuinely somebody doing something behind your back. Now we'll ask a little bit more about this situation. But the primary guidance, what can you do about it, is sort of to suggest that you don't try to act too quickly in anything. You know, keep a distance, keep separate, be involved but not involved. Because somebody, I think at some point the mask will come off and this person will be revealed and people will see them for who they are. Because there's been a lot of stuff going on. That will become apparent. I think you know there's stuff. You know, this could be the kind of stuff of gossip, of drama, somebody actively trying to do something that is actually not in your best interest, or even in the best interest generally of anybody or anything. I feel like you're kind of holding your light separately over here. Bide your time a little bit, reading number 2. Now let's draw some tarot cards. What are we shown, please? What's going on here? What's this about? I am seeing actually those 2 cards as well, and we'll take those 2. What do we have here? So, God, it does feel it's not a nice energy actually, really, and I'm sorry that's happening. Right, so yeah, so we've got the 5 of Swords. So yeah, look at this. How interesting. I'll just put those to one side. Let's look at these 3 cards first. So we have the 5 of Swords, we have the Sun, and then we have the 8 of Swords. Yeah. What I want to say is this person actually has their own agenda. Okay. I think for them, they see you as somebody who has... Let me move all these up. My apologies. I'm shunting cards and I know that's a little bit annoying sometimes, but I want to get these into view if I can in this way. Right. In all honesty, this person is actually quite conflicted. They're really quite conflicted as a soul. I'm not saying that what they're doing is okay. They're also really greedy. You know, they're really, really greedy. You know, they're a bit of a bottomless pit of need. You know how you meet people sometimes and you just know that no matter how much you give them, it's never going to be enough. And it may even be that you've reached a point where you've had to sort of call a halt to things and said, look, I can't keep investing in you. I can't keep investing in you. You know, I need to sort of write some things. You know, I need to stand back from this or whatever. And there's now a backlash because you're not giving them what they thought that you would endlessly give. But whatever the uniqueness, there's definitely stuff going on behind the scenes. I think they see you as somebody who is very bright and somebody who could provide or give them or be the vehicle or the answer to some of their problems. The challenge is that they're not really owning their problems themselves. They're kind of acting it out. You know, it is that pit of bottomless need rather than, I don't know, going to see a therapist and fixing the hole in the bucket. They'd rather keep the bucket with the hole in it and go out and find endless people to fill it up. But actually it just drains out. But they've no intention of ever fixing the bucket. You know, they're not wanting to change anything. They're very happy. What they do works for them, but unfortunately it drains a lot from other people. And I think, yeah, however you view this, you do have support around you, that's for sure. And you are going to come out of this. Your light is phenomenal. Look at the light here in these cards and the light in the sun. What else do we have here? So we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, charging in here, that's cool. We have the Chariot. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Four of Cups, lovely. Okay, so we have the Hair of Fertility sitting here. And the Four of Cups it's an interesting card, really, if we think about it in this position. You know, on the one hand, in a very traditional way, this card speaks of sort of dissatisfaction, of something being kind of hemmed in, but it also speaks of a real nugget in the middle of fertility that's coming from this situation. I think this person who is currently either gossiping or creating drama or playing games behind the scenes, I think this is going to be revealed. The motive here, the intent, in a really funny way, even though on the one hand I want to say it is personal, because, you know, you are being, or they're trying to utilize you in some way, shape or form. Okay, so in one way it will feel personal, but in another way it isn't, because if it wasn't you, it would be somebody else. This is just how this person is. This is their mode of operatum. They don't know how to be any other way. And like I said, they're never going to go see a therapist, you know, and say, look, I'm a bucket with a hole in it. Can you fix the hole? They're never going to do that. They have no investment in it. If they ever go to a therapist, it will be to go and say, oh, poor old me, you know, can you please help me to find the right people to continue to fill up my bucket? They're not going to look to fix themselves. This is the deal here. So we're seeing it really clearly. It feels personal, but in a strange way it isn't. Now, having the overview of this is important for you, because in a way they present you with quite a challenge. We've got the Chariot here, but this is a challenge through which you can move forwards, but with insight. The Hanged Man is a card of seeing the signs that are being shown the way step by step. I mean, the origins of this card, you can see all the, they're actually little symbols. They're not runes in this one, they're planetary symbols. But traditionally, the Hanged Man comes from the legend of Odin, who was hanging upside down in a tree and observed signs and symbols in the bones and twigs beneath him, and they were the runic signs. And he understood, he was shown what they meant. So you're going to be shown what you need to see. You're going to be shown the signs to navigate this. Very curious about the Knight of Wands, because I can see in a way that maybe you're feeling under pressure to take action quite quickly, but you're also being shown, look at the way all of the energy in the top row looks backwards, actually. And yet at the bottom here, it's all forward motion with somebody people who support you. You know, there are people around you. But yeah, be an observer of the situation, navigate in a way that keeps your perspective intact, okay? Because this is going on, this is totally for real. Othilla, the room of separation. I do see this as you keeping separate, but it may also indicate at some point a severing of some ties. But right here and right now, yeah, what is being hidden from you? Stuff going on behind your back, absolutely. It's motivated by need, greed, and yeah, you're kind of like this light. This is one of those scenarios really and it's really tough to deal with, but actually your fertility is intact here. Your pathway is actually kind of pretty cool. I think we need to draw more cards and ask, you know, how is this emerging? Should we get more information about this? Do we need more detail about this, or do we just need more detail about what you can do? I mean, we're being shown to rise above preparation, or how is this going to emerge is perhaps really what we want to be asking for you, reading number 2. How will this situation emerge and unfold? What do we need to be shown for reading number 2? Oh my goodness me, right, that's way too many cards. So I'm going to put that one back there. Way too many. Okay, I feel like that's the energy around though. You know that feeling of like you get pushed and pushed and you know that something's going on and you really want to find out, and then it starts to go round and round and round in your head and you feel like you could explode. That's the vibe here. That is the vibe that's around you. Actually, do you know, I'm just going to take the card on the bottom of the pack here. Okay, there we have it. Justice. And look at the scales and the scales here. And this crow is blindfolded. And yet, even without, this is so crucial, even without seeing everything, this crow is going to rise and be crowned. Okay? Right, this is a situation where justice will be served. And even though you will, I don't think you'll ever know the exact details of what's going on behind the scenes, of what's being said about you, what's being manipulated. I don't think you need to know. A part of you wants to know, and I see you getting quite fired up about it, and it drives you sometimes, and then you get into a head loop with this. Actually, you don't really at this point need to know. We may be shown more here. But you know, the details, all that will happen with these details is that they'll fire you up even more. But remember, even though in a way it's very personal and feels very personal, it kind of isn't, because this is what this person or people do anyway. This is how they treat everybody. People are just objects to them to be used, to be quite honest with you. I don't know that they necessarily see that about themselves, but I think that's the truth of it. Now, I don't think you'll necessarily be given every piece of information, but what you do need to know is justice will be served and you will rise. You're going to get crowned. It's going to happen. Yes, so we have the 6 of Swords here. We have the King of Wands, lovely, with the lizard here, the sign of infinity. This is a super card. We then have the 9 of Pentacles, gorgeous energy. Oh, and the Knight of Swords, super, super nice. Right, okay, so what we have here is an outcome. And I feel really grateful to be offering this to you, because this has been quite this is tough shit going on behind your back. So we're not being shown the details of it, and you're not necessarily, what they're kind of saying is you don't need to know the exact details. It would just be even more hurtful than it already is. You don't need to know, because it's just made up stuff designed to manipulate. All you need to know, my beautiful, beautiful reading number 2 people, is this will move forwards. You will succeed. I mean, look at the achievement here of the crow sitting on a wild lion and then sitting on the wild wolf. The sun here again, the butterfly. The 9 of Pentacles is real. There's always for me a real sense of genuine satisfaction. It's kind of like reaching that point where you think, do you know what, I did this. I did it. I held firm. I held true. I was courageous. I sought creative solutions. You know, by rising above the situation, by not bending to the pressure that comes when you know, I think when stuff goes on behind your back, and this is going on, it really doesn't feel okay. And what it can do, it can really push us to try and make something happen, to try and find out what's going on, to try and, you know, push and resolve it and get it sorted quickly. And actually everything here is just saying, stand back, separate, take your time, you know, don't invest in this, because when we do that, we're actually fueling it with our own emotion. Don't invest in this. Hold that viewpoint, that logical perspective. You don't need to know exactly the details, because it's kind of whatever it is. The solution is going to come to you by, you're going to find clear steps forwards. Preparation, thoughtful, mindful action. You're going to be shown what you need to see. This is actually going to evolve and emerge, and you seriously are coming out of this. We're seeing the crowning of you. Rising up here and here, justice coming in, the scales, all of this is going to get sorted. And what I'm seeing with the Knight of Swords, the reality is this is going to get sorted quite quickly, okay? So you don't need to panic, you don't need to worry. Financial gain, you know, great happiness. We're seeing this whole situation move forwards. I'm seeing you being a winner. If you're involved in any legal matters, it's working out in your favour financially. Whatever this is about for you, this is actually going to, you are going to emerge the winner, and it's really, really clear. Okay, so I think the challenge is handling your emotions, because it can just feel like you're rocketed with emotions in this kind of situation. My beautiful pile 2 people, this has been a real tough call, but it's getting fixed quickly. That's what I want to say. This is going to move forwards. Justice will be served. I feel this is one of those situations where kind of the tides of time are going to just kick in, and it will move forwards of its own accord. The key is simply for you to navigate, as I said, you know, don't immerse yourself in it. Dip in and out of it as and when it feels appropriate to do so, but don't immerse yourself in it. Don't invest in it emotionally. And, you know, this is the outcomes fab. We're not being given this detailed information because it sort of feels unnecessary, which is in its own way quite nice. I mean, I think there's almost a blanket being placed around you. It's really interesting. I keep coming back to this dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. I do feel for some of you there is someone on the other side who is really loyal to what's taking place. And this is interesting because it came out in another reading that I did recently. Somebody on the other side who really wants to, who if they were still here, they would be stepping in and doing something about this. It was a really interesting read. Anyway, for those of you that are following all my readings, you know, you may well come across that one and you may be drawn to it, but I won't say any more. But, you know, there's just something here. I do feel you are actually very, very supported. You have people around you who really love you, care about you, and genuinely know that they know the truth. And that is also really important, I think, for you to know when stuff is going on behind your back that doesn't feel nice, and it's really harsh, doesn't feel cool, doesn't feel good. I'm actually sending you the biggest hug in the world. I don't feel that we need to do any more with your reading. We have the outcome. I'm seeing it move forwards quickly, and I'm just simply seeing you know, what you can do about it is not to keep searching and trying to find out more and more, because it's just going to emotionally make you feel worse. It's about you separating from the situation, not immersing yourself in it, and just touching base with it as you need to and following it through in whatever way that applies to your unique circumstances. Everything in this reading is seeing you yourself coming out on top here, literally on top, and of it moving forwards fast. I feel like I'm now repeating myself, so I will stop waffling. I am just sending you so much love, reading number 2. I really, really am. So, amazing news. Thank you for being here. I do, as I've probably mentioned before, if any of you follow my readings as well, I do post these pick a card readings on a Tuesday and a Friday, and every Sunday readings for where we ask basically Spirit for immediate guidance and also the heads up for the coming week. I have a timeless readings playlist where there are loads of pick a card readings. I sort of file them there, and they ask very specific questions, such as what's currently hidden from you, but it could be, is this person trustworthy? How will this pan out? Is this a yes or a no? So if any of those readings are helpful to you, do check that playlist out. I'll put a link in the information box and in the pinned comment, and just all the other stuff that I do. I have a monthly prize draw for my subscribers. You can add yourself to that subscriber email list if you wish. That's when I give away a free private reading and a pack of oracle cards. Once you're on that list, you're on it, and my colleague draws the names out of a hat, and I announce them in a video here on YouTube. So watch out for that video if you're on that list, because it could be you. And thank you so much for subscribing and being a part of the Moon Magic Tarot channel. You know, you guys are amazing. So thank you so much. I shall stop waffling, and I'm sending you all the love in the world, and truly fast, good results. Hey, reading number 3, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel like your reading is just all about love. I mean, in the most gorgeous and amazing way. We have Sewelu, the rune of wholeness. I mean, this indicates literally sometimes your own wholeness, your relationship with yourself. We have the rune of protection, and then we have Berkana. This is about birth, and then we have a baby here, birth. Chicory is all about love, and then you have this arrow with a heart. I think I'm not going to say any more until we draw more cards, but yeah, what we're asking, what is currently hidden from you? What is currently hidden from you that you need to know, and what can you do about it? Okay, we've had 2 very different readings so far today, so very interesting. Such a large pack. I do sometimes yes, I'm seeing that one there. I think that's actually 2. Is that right? Yes, it is. There we go. Such a large pack to shuffle. Now let's have a look. So box, you will receive a gift. Okay. Jug, light-hearted, carefree time, and ear, good news. Okay, this is really, really interesting, because I just immediately just thought, you know, who's kind of either in love with you or really totally, yeah, who loves you, but they're not saying it. It's something's hidden, someone's feelings. I feel like someone's going to say something to you. Somebody's going to tell you something. I don't know whether it's something you need to hear or in the form of a gift. I literally almost felt like, gosh, if you're in a relationship with someone and you are, I mean, this won't necessarily be for everyone, but you know, if you're in a relationship and that person hasn't revealed their true feelings to you yet, I think they're going to. I'm going to feel like this is almost like a proposal in some way. But there's a lot of joyfulness around you. There's a lot of, oh, well, let's, I feel like I start to talk about it and then I'm like, oh, I'll just draw a few more cards first. And that's sort of, I started talking, oh, I better draw some more cards. Drew these, started talking, oh, I better draw some more cards. So I'm wondering if there is the energy around you, either for you, not quite saying how you feel to somebody, or somebody who's doing exactly what I'm doing. They're not quite saying, it's hidden from you because, yeah, they haven't quite got to that point where they can tell you how they really feel. Whoa, let's just have a look and see. What do we have here? May we have information? What is being hidden from reading number 3 that they need to know about? You obviously need to know about this. So what's being hidden that you need to know about? I'm going to give you that card there. How interesting. I'm going to put those two that also popped out to one side. It feels like this, here we have this hidden message. Okay, let's put them over there and we'll look at them shortly. Okay, I'll draw a couple more. May we please have information from reading number 3. What is being hidden from them that they need to be aware of? What is currently being hidden from them that they need to be aware of? What is currently being hidden from reading number 3 that they need to be aware of? Okay. Right. We have hold on to me. Okay, so something is gonna, this is something quite fast. Whatever's being hidden from you, again, if this is what I'm feeling at the moment, that somebody wants to tell you how they feel, I think their feelings are really strong for you, basically. The owl and hop, wisdom. We have the maiden. And we have the 10 of water. How interesting. This is like the 10 of cups. Look at these cards here. Look at this pathway. Turtles are, for me, always symbolic of new beginnings. I think that this person's, I think there is somebody who really, really, really likes you. They may know you professionally, they may know you from a distance, they may know you personally, but obviously they know of you, they know about you. They really, really hold you in incredibly high esteem. They see you as someone who is really genuine, really, really genuine. Like the maiden, there's that sense of genuine, light innocence, and yet you also, they see you as somebody who's deep. You have a depth to you, you have an integrity, you have an honesty. I think there is somebody who's really, if I'm honest, quite besotted with you in some way, shape or form. They think of you in such high regard. Now, it may be that this is connected, if it's not a personal thing, it's connected to a working situation. This will be, again, someone who really sees that you hold integrity. They really see that you can approach things from a place of real understanding. And they'd like to kind of, one of those scenarios where they'd like to come and headhunt you. that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to leave these cards over here for the time being. I'll just put them up there for the minute. I'm going to draw some tarot cards next. So, what is currently hidden from you, reading number 3? Primarily, somebody is really, they have their eye on you, basically. They really have their eye on you. And they'd like to make, I feel like they'd like to make you an offer. Now, whether that is connected to intimacy or it's connected to work, they feel really, really strongly that you are the right person. And they would really, really, really like to voice this, to tell you how they feel. May we have information for reading number 3, please? It's very interesting. I do feel there could be a reversal in this reading too. I do need to say that for some of you, and that's the reversal. On the one hand, what is hidden from you that you need to know is somebody thinks the world of you. For some of you, you may actually think the world of someone else, or you might want to approach someone else, and you're not actually quite sure how to do this because you're quite in awe of this person. And the message for you, interestingly enough, what is hidden for you, it's like these two sides of a coin that I'm seeing here. The message for you is actually that it is okay to take action in some way, shape or form. Because you share the same integrity, you share the same depth, you share the same values in some way, you share the same connection to the essence of doing things through love. So if you are on the other side of that coin, so to speak, rather than you being the person where something is hidden from you, if the other side of the coin is that you are not the bit that's hidden from you, and Spirit offers that message is, look, it is actually okay for you to do something with this because you hold the same qualities. They're showing you that the same qualities that you admire in this person are actually in you. You don't rate yourself enough. So it's just a little, really interesting little message coming through here. So we have the 3 of Wands, which is a beautiful card of moving something forwards, of new possibilities, new potential. And then we have the 10 of Cups. So we're seeing a really gorgeous union here. We then have the 4 of Discs and the 5 of Wands. Let's place those here. So I feel like there's this sort of, almost like this sort of fairy tale being shown to us, read out to us, a fairy tale story of so much possibility, you know, with the happy endings here, the 10 of Cups, the opportunity to really build something that's very different. So yeah, whether this is a working alliance or whether it's a working alliance or whether it's a personal relationship, what is currently hidden from you is that somebody really, really wishes to connect with you, whether it's personally or in a working world. And I think with the 5 of Wands here, there's a need for this person to remove some of the obstacles that they have in the way of telling you. You know, they need to kind of lighten up about this. Likewise, for you to maybe receive this, there's a lightening up, you know, not taking things so seriously. I did say that I do feel this sort of duality where it could either be somebody, what's hidden from you is that somebody has those feelings towards you or that desire to connect with you, whether it's working or intimacy or whatever it is. Likewise, I also feel that if you are the someone and there's someone you'd really like to connect with, what's hidden from you is your sort of, it's your belief that somehow they won't, it's as if you're not seeing yourself on equal terms with them. And actually what's hidden from you is your equal value. So there's something about not holding on to any kind of belief system here that would get in the way of this. But I think we're being shown that this person is needing to overcome something, or indeed you're needing to overcome something, if however that sits. I hope this is making sense, but it's really interesting. I'm seeing this duality. But feelings are strong, passionate. Approach this thoughtfully and mindfully. Okay? This is so full of possibility. It really is so full of possibility. There's a real potential here to be navigated. I'm very curious with this Five of Wands. What's needing to be sorted? Let's just draw more cards. In fact, before we draw more, I'm going to look at these two. What are we shown here? White Mantra Mother protects, and her joy renders the impossible task possible. How beautiful. Can we see as well, look at the imagery here of the way that these cards are almost identical. This is exactly what I was just saying. It could be either way. Okay? It could swing either way. You really want to approach someone, whether it's to work with them, to be with them, to talk to them, to hang out with them, to be friends with them, to love them, or whether, whatever that is, or they want to do this for you and they are seeing you, they want to headhunt you, whether that is personally, romantically, working wise, so. But what's really interesting is it's actually there in both of you. And the curious thing is, this is what's hidden. Either you're seeing somebody and you're hiding your own true worth because you feel this probably could never happen, or you haven't yet worked out the route to be able to connect to that person, or that person is seeing you, they know of you, has already met you, maybe not, but they know of you, they see of you, and they want to, and they haven't worked out that route. There's just, however this is, there's a mirror here. What is amazing is this is possible. Her joy renders the impossible task possible. White Mantra Mother protects. I feel this is quite guided. Good news. You will receive a gift. Like a box being opened, a gift coming. I am now going to draw more tarot cards because I feel this could move forwards quite quickly. Feelings are strong, that's for sure. Feelings are strong, and it does feel as if this can be guided, really, through and through. So, more cards. May we have information. What is all this about? We have the Empress. What is all this about for reading number 3? So the first two cards that have shown themselves to us are the Empress and also the Six of Cups. Let's place those there and see what else we have. Okay, we then have the Seven. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay. We have the King of Cups, beautiful, beautiful energy. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so there is a definite progression of energy here, an energy flow. So firstly, what I wish to voice here is that both of you, because I do feel we're talking about some aspect of relationship, both of you actually do hold the same dream. Both of you want something, whether this is a really close friendship, whether it is a relationship of intimacy, whether it's the perfect working partnership. Both of you hold the same dream, and you've both had disappointments in the past. So what is currently hidden from you? Someone actually really thinking, you are the bee's knees. You are the person who I think I really, really, really want to connect with. Or it's you knowing someone and thinking they are the person I want to connect with, but you're questioning whether they would be interested in you, however that is. It's actually time to believe. all the energy in these cards and the Wheel of Fortune here, all of the crows are moving forwards. Can you see they're all looking ahead? They're not looking back, they're looking ahead. The Empress, fruits here, apples, you know, this is a beautiful card. This is about nurture. It's about, it's being prepared to nurture a new beginning, to commit to your belief here. And yes, there's a need to strategically work out. It's a very interesting reading. There's a need to strategically work out how to take the next steps. Okay, and you're being guided and protected. Blessings are being bestowed. This feels very much like a connection of destiny. So yes, with protection here again, there is a need to not be like a bull in the china shop and go, I'll just approach this person and tell them everything. There's a need to take this steadily, kind of thoughtfully, mindfully, strategically. So using your mind in order to work out how to move this ahead, but simultaneously kind of nurturing the core desire that sits within this connection. So what is hidden from you? Let's do the two sides of the coin here. If you are sitting here thinking, well, I don't know who this is, and what is being shown is what's being hidden from you is that there is someone out there who absolutely wishes to come and make your dreams come true. You have been disappointed in the past in some form of connection, business, partnership, intimacy, love, whatever it is. And actually there is someone who has their eye on you. And rather than assuming that that can never happen, you are being invited to nurture your dreams, to hold that space of possibility within yourself and kind of navigate your life in an everyday way, but kind of know that this person will actually find you, that they are going to find a way to get to you. They will find a way to approach you. So for you, that side of the coin, your part of the deal is to be light-hearted, to enjoy life, to embrace your desires, take an ownership of them fully. Because the more we don't own our desires, the more the universe can't open the doors to allow them in. So there's a part to play in that. You know, what can you do about it? What's hidden is that somebody really, really sees you, thinks they sing on the same page, whatever that's about. So, and the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to move forwards. Blessings bestowed, we're shown here. If it's the other side of the coin and you are the person who has your eye on someone, actually the reading is saying to you, look, the key here is to recognize that actually you are singing from the same page. You know, you are equal to this person in your desires, and you too need to hold that space of possibility and believe in that possibility, and then kind of methodically take very clear mindful steps towards what you actually wish to achieve, towards connecting with this person, towards the end goal, towards that result where you can genuinely step up and say, look, here I am, you know, this is what I wish to offer you. I wish to headhunt you. This is the job. This is the love. This is whatever it is that I wish to do and be and connect with you, because I think, you know, you're amazing. And look what we could build. Look at the world that we can move forwards here, the Wheel of Fortune. You know, so truly, I think whichever side of the coin you're sitting, reading number 3, the very key bit here is about desire, holding on to your space of desire and your ability to receive. Because then the universe can actively work with you in making this possible. Good news, there'll be a connection, a doorway open, you'll receive a gift. So whether you are, let's say, the side of the coin where you really don't know who this is, or you have no idea that someone you already know is wanting to approach you, you remain open and suddenly the gift comes. A message comes to you, good news. Because you're in that space of receivership of your desires and the belief that this can happen. Likewise, on the other side of the coin, you will receive a gift. You know, a message will come to you that will make it clear as to what you can do to take this forwards, to connect with this person who you are very inspired to connect with. But it springs from this space of desire where you are absolutely knowing what you want and believing in this possibility. That sits right at the center of this reading. Wow, reading number 3. This is so interesting, just such an interesting reading, and I'm really thrilled because it's actually a very gorgeous reading. I don't think I've ever, well, certainly not relatively recently, done a reading where there was this sort of dual message going on here. It's really fascinating. Loving it. I mean, just look at this. Come on. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, beautiful souls, this is your reading for today. Thank you for joining me. I do post these pick-a-card readings, timeless readings, twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. And on Sundays, I post a reading where we always ask Spirit, what message does Spirit wish to give to you right here and right now? And also, is there any information about the coming week, which may be very relevant to you guys? I also have a timeless readings playlist where I put all my timeless readings, and these are readings that answer specific questions. So it could be, you know, how will this pan out? You know, is this person trustworthy? Is this a yes or a no? All kinds of stuff. So do check out those extra readings if you feel you need additional guidance at any given time. There's also quite a lot in there about relationships. I did loads around Valentine's Day, but they're timeless readings, so they're all about relationships. So do check those out. I give away as well a free private reading and a pack of oracle cards. I'm not able to offer private readings at the moment, but I do give away one to one of my subscribers. It's a subscriber offer. So if you want to be in that prize draw, if you add yourself to my subscriber email list, my colleague draws the names out of the hat. And you'll need to keep an eye out here on YouTube as well, because I announce the winners in a video every month. So, you know, it could be you if you're on that list. So watch that space. Yeah, I'll put the link to add yourself to that email list in the description box and in the pinned comments, and I'll put the timeless readings playlist. I'll just put all the stuff that may be useful to you in there. Thank you for joining me. Reading number 3. Stunning, stunning, stunning reading, and I'm loving your energy, really loving your energy. I'm sending you all the love in the world. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you for some other readings. Oh, and if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, yes, if you're going to subscribe and join the list, if you press the little bell icon, hopefully all of the readings I do will come into your stream. Tons and tons of love. Reading number 3.